In Australia, when I started looking at the back of packaging, for example, some sleeping bag companies have a guide on the back of the packaging saying what your baby should sleep in and how many blankets they should have, etc. 20 degrees in Victoria is not the same as 20 degrees in London, and it's not the same as 20 degrees in Queensland. Believe it or not, 20 degrees in Victoria is very similar to 20 degrees in Dublin. And it doesn't take into account this when we're looking at guides for babies sleeping. We have a safe sleeping guide, and it tells you a different temperature and blanket layer for Queensland, a different temperature and blanket layer for different parts of WA, for New Zealand, for Victoria, for South Australia. Now, when I talk about blankets, I'm not talking about big heavy blankets. I'm talking about a blanket like this. This is a bamboo cotton mix blanket. It's very thin. It's nearly as thin as a sheet. And this is what I'm talking about layering on your baby, not big, thick polyester blankets. Now, when you look at thermal rating, which is how warm something makes you when it's on top of you, the average Australian duvet or doona is between 15 and 16 tog. The average cotton blanket like this in Australia is 0.2 tog, 0.2 tog. Now, I would never tell a parent to put this many blankets on a baby, but we say dress the baby in one more layer than the parent. So if we're sleeping under a quilt, duvet, doona, that's 15 tog. To get the equivalent, I'm not going to exactly work it out now, but it would be about 32 blankets. Now, you'd never put 32 blankets on your baby, but to sleep your baby in one more layer than you, that would be 32 blankets plus one. Now, you'd never do that, but I think that's where the confusion comes from. We think a few blankets on our baby, cotton or bamboo blankets, is too much and we might overheat them. Well, no, they need bedding. A baby needs bedding to sleep safely at night in the safe sleeping position of on their back. And it's different. Like on the back of the blankets, it's different. We say for a baby who's wrapped, who's a baby, say for 0 to 4 months, you do this. For a baby who's in a sleeping bag, you use this bedding. It changes depending on where you live, what temperature the room is, if the room is air conditioned to that temperature or heated to that temperature, if the baby is sleeping in a safe sleeping bag or wrapped.